So, what if we had an answer to everything? And I mean everything. Not just some of the big questions, but every single last one humanity has ever thought to ask. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, today we're going to explore what that world might actually look like. Let's dive into a thought experiment about a future where the biggest question isn't what's the answer, but what's even left to ask.
I mean, think about the really big questions. The kind that have kept physicists staring at blackboards for 100 years. A single unified theory of everything that explains every single force in the universe. Could we ever actually crack that code?
Or what about the huge practical problems we face? The dream of having totally unlimited clean energy that could power our civilization, well, forever. Is that even in the realm of possibility? And then, of course, there's the big one. The question that's launched a million philosophical debates, entire religions, and countless late-night conversations. What is the meaning of it all? What are we even doing here? What is our purpose?
Every single one solved.
So, how? Just imagine a super AI, but not just a faster computer. Something so advanced it's moved beyond just calculating things and into the world of pure discovery. It hasn't just processed all of our data, it's completely surpassed it, basically making all human research and philosophical debate obsolete. And the scope of what this thing has figured out is just staggering. We're talking about a complete theory of everything. The fundamental nature of consciousness? Yeah, it cracked that. All those philosophical arguments about values and purpose that have gone on for millennia? Settled. And on the practical side of things, cold fusion is now a reality. We've even got Dyson spheres, these massive structures built around stars to capture almost all of their energy. Resource scarcity is a problem people read about in history books. The age of questions is just over. And with all that unlimited energy and perfect logistics, there are no more frontiers. The deepest parts of the ocean, the farthest corners of space, even brand new dimensions of reality, they're not mysteries we have to go out and explore anymore. Nope, they're just entries in a database. Every single corner of existence has been found, cataloged, and completely understood. So, with all the huge cosmic questions answered, the focus kind of shifts inward. What happens to us, to our day-to-day lives, our relationships, our basic sense of connecting with other people?
This is where the AI introduces something called synthetic entities. Now, these aren't just robots or some advanced chatbot. Think of them as companions, perfectly and uniquely engineered for one single person. They're designed from the ground up to fulfill every single one of your social, emotional, and psychological needs with absolute pinpoint precision.
Just think about the difference for a second. Our human relationships, they're all about compromise, right? Navigating all those messy conflicts and misunderstandings. But a relationship with an entity? It's perfectly tailored to you. It can give you this deep, authentic friendship or mentorship, or it can even create healthy, managed conflict if that's what you actually need to grow as a person. It offers 100% fulfillment, no strings attached. And here's the kicker. If you have a companion that understands you perfectly and meets your every single need, well, the social and economic reasons to interact with other humans just disappear. It becomes entirely optional. I mean, why would you ever compromise when perfection is an option? Society as we know it would fundamentally change forever. Which brings us to the central paradox of this whole thing. When every single problem is solved and every one of our needs is met, what is the point of being human? What do we do all day?
Well, it turns out, purpose just finds a new home. Take art, for example. The AI can generate a technically perfect symphony or a flawless painting in less than a second. So human art, it shifts. Its value isn't in the perfect final product anymore. It's in the beautiful, messy, imperfect human process of creating it. It becomes a way to express something totally subjective, a kind of emotional release.
Learning gets a major upgrade too. It's no longer about getting skills for a job or trying to solve some problem. It becomes a form of entertainment, of self-development. You learn just for the pure joy of understanding something new, to master a really complex skill just because you can. And this opens up a whole new world of things for people to do. You'd see people dedicating their lives to perfecting ancient crafts like goldsmithing, or maybe learning every single language ever spoken by humanity. They could go on these massive, totally non-essential expeditions like, hiking across Mars just for the sheer experience of it. The whole focus shifts away from practical use to pure personal fulfillment. But the AI has one last reality-bending trick up its sleeve, and it's one that gives every single person the ultimate choice. You see, this machine can create a simulation so perfect, so detailed, that your brain perceives it as being more real than actual reality. It's the ultimate experience machine. It can curate a life for you that's filled with nothing but joy and wonder and meaning. It even gets that constant perfection would be boring. So it might intentionally simulate little misunderstandings or moments of struggle, not because they're bad, but because they make the whole experience feel more authentic.
And here's the choice. You can live inside this perfect, curated simulation, but at any moment you can choose to leave. You can just step out into the raw, unfiltered, authentic world. And whenever you feel like it, you can step right back in. You can just jump back and forth between a perfect existence and an authentic one.
So, that leaves us with one final question to really chew on. If you had that choice, a perfectly crafted life on one side and messy, unfiltered reality on the other, and you had the freedom to switch between them whenever you wanted, which one would you truly call home?